Welcome back, one and all, to the Brexit Estate, hard by the darkest dungeon, where I might be sounding a little bit funny for now. Now, I'm going to mention this in the next episode of each of my ongoing series, in case people didn't watch the channel update, or only watch one series, because, you know, different people like watching different things. So, essentially, for the last 6 years now, I have had stiff and aching joints in my jaw. They have made chewing food uncomfortable. They've made, when it gets really bad, opening my mouth wide enough to take a bite of anything uncomfortable. And in fact, I've been incapable of opening my mouth more than about halfway on the right hand side for most of that 6-year period. Now, in an attempt to fix this, the medical profession have decided that I should wear a specially fitted piece in my mouth for the next 3 months. It's going to take some getting used to. Apparently, most people get used to speaking with it within about 2 or 3 days. Now, I've had this since the day before yesterday, and I'm just, fair disclaimer now, in case I don't get used to it very quickly because of my autism, it might take me quite a while and I might end up speaking badly for about 3 months. So, just thought I'd get that out there and warn you all first. Alright. Now, we were looking at a low-level quest this week, and oh good god, so many diseases. Right, I want you and you this time, because we're wanting to get our low-level characters up to level 3. This is very tempting, and we have the fasting seal, but the thing from the stars roams here, and it's a bit like the fanatic. It could be very dangerous. I haven't encountered it yet. And this is our only Senua, and we're trying to take good care of her for testing purposes. Speaking of which, let's swap a few skills around. There we go. And if I'm lucky, this will all work out well. What am I doing? Should definitely not be going to the Warrens on a long mission with that thing around. And then we'll be sending a group after the miller very soon. Who is at the stagecoach? Well, we're pretty full here, so that's all good. I don't suppose... no, none of these are going to have a disease resistance skill. We are already using the facilities. And actually, I think this is quite a bit of stress. Oh wow, what does she want to do? Really now? Well, she's found faith. She will go to the church and she will pray, and they will charge for the use of the space, the sacred space. We should start looking at some skill upgrades for our various heroes. We do have a number of level 5 heroes who don't have top level skills yet. So I just want to see, Now keep a close eye on money there. I think one more skill upgrade, and then we'll just have to go out on the quest, because we don't want to spend all our money. Okay. Well, when we get back, I'm hoping to treat 2 diseases, which means a courtyard week, which means we want to make lots of money. Now, you've got to speculate to accumulate, so just gonna have to take a lot of stuff with me. Do I need anything else? I think that should be good. Well, let's see. So a short run with me sounding like some kind of lunatic. Essentially, this thing makes me lisp because there isn't quite enough room in my mouth for my tongue in its normal position. Also, as I'm just a day or so in, I can't really say how helpful it is yet. But I'm getting fairly used to it.
Of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Okay, I'm going to go burr, like that. Kelda, we know you like to get your sticky fingers into all sorts of things. But who cares? We have a cat. It's amazing. I literally didn't even see that trap. I was just trying to move forwards. I was like, I want to go forwards a bit further so we can see the cat better. There we go, look at that. Look at that cat. It's hard to get a good bit of background that shows them off well. Alright, this is going to be really awkward. So let's just try and stun everybody with the truth. That actually worked rather well. Right. These 2 skills currently do not level yet. They each should have a leveling buff, and I haven't decided what that buff is going to be. I should obviously at this point remind you all that all of her skills are in no way even remotely final. So, for this skill, she should inflict horror upon the rest of the party and give herself a buff. Now, I haven't decided what that buff is going to be yet, but I want it to synergize with Headcase. So she will have a buff from each of those skills that will work well together, and I haven't just decided which buffs will work so well together yet. So for this one, she will inflict horror on the rest of the party. So it'll need to be a very good buff.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
There we go, lovely. Ooh. Now the problem is they're all going to go and get some of that horror themselves now. Tentacles! Yeah, tentacles were weak. Did she not take... Huh, interesting. It just didn't display. New round. Bang!
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Now this all comes down to speed, so she's actually going to need a high speed to leech that off people. So maybe a speed buff will be what she gains from that one. Once again, the Thunder Vessel is working nicely, and now this should transfer all this horror, so 9 for 1, to herself, and give her some other kind of buff. And there we have 9 for 1 indeed. But what would a speed buff work well with? That is a tricky one. Go on, bleed. That's better. And attack. Lovely. We want to get that stress up, but we don't want it too high.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And he should be dead when he goes. Now I'm going for a group heal because he is bleeding. The free healing with the 2 points of bleed essentially cancel each other out.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So some minor treasure here, but we do have a chest. And Kelder does like to get his fingers into things and see what he can find.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
That's nice. If we had a deed, we'd have one of each kind of heirloom. This is an exploring rooms quest, so we're just going to push on and hope to find some kind of major stress relief there.
Another one falls.
Nice. Not so nice. Okay, we might be able to get this one with the cat.
Their
Yes!
formation is
Look at my
broken.
cat!
Maintain the offensive.
He is fearsome, and he's not even hissing or arching his back or anything.
Executed with impunity.
Well, Kelder made short work of that one. He was eager to carry on to this empty chamber. Let's light a torch, because, you know, a scouting check would be great. There's a trap up ahead, which gives possible stress removal. But is it probable? 70% will take the risk. I am so glad that worked. Let's press on. So, up to this point, this has been a fairly low yielding quest. And it's probably likely to remain that way because it's just a short run of quest, to be honest. But, what can be done?
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
You know, we're not trying to be greedy here, we're just trying to survive, get everyone up to level 3. No scouting check, alas. Alas and alack. More books. So many books. Ah, it's only a torch. But there might be something with it. It's tucked behind the stand. Nope, okay. Well, in that case, we'll go this way then. I could have gone down this way to try and avoid the blockage, but, you know, there's not a lot between those two hallways. I'd probably have to go along both, to be honest.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Let us dig our way through this blockade, this makeshift barrier. A natural obstacle in an unnatural environment. Okay, no scouting checks. That's a shame. Now actually the scouting chance modifiers on trinkets and quirks, I don't know if those are to the chance of getting a scouting roll or to the scouting roll itself to show how much is revealed. And oh, that is nasty. Alright, let's really complicate this. And by really complicate this, I mean potentially stun 7 people. Oh good. That
Impressive.
we have no desire for you to dodge our attacks. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Wow. She will get near the front of the party. Nice. If this skill remains the way it is, I think having the uses per battle increase as it gains level is probably a bad idea. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Currently it's a very powerful and very strange skill. Also very dangerous.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
It does not currently give her her buffs that she should get from it, or her small healing on Death's Door. So it's not even at full power yet. Oh yes, please do not resist. Resisted. Great. Alright. Here we go. We're back to something approaching a normal party order. And probably a resolve check for someone in the very near future.
Unbalanced.
Not enough. We'll try anyway. Uh-oh. That's enough to warrant the bandage.
Eradicated.
Ah. Kelder will get you even if the priestess won't. Ooh, nice.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Well, I did say all we needed was deeds to have one of each type of heirloom. It would seem I was not mistaken. We'll have to go to at least one more room after this, and it's fairly obvious which one it will be as well. Oh, poo. That wasn't very good. Right, go for a group heal because there's plenty of damage there waiting to come our way. I might see if I can restrict focus to only be used when she's afflicted. I probably can't, but it would be really nice if I could. Now that was worth a try. Ooh. Just one critical away from a virtue check there.
Begone, fiend.
That is tentacle time. Oh yeah. We want to get her pulling tentacle because that hasn't been used in a while. Try and organise a party where rearranging the enemies will be used to our advantage. Oop, heal. He's not on full health, so it was worth it. Alright. That was quite nice. But now we're going to try soften him up a bit. Uh-oh. Don't get knocked back. You got knocked back and stunned. I still suspect it may be a combined resistance roll instead of separate rolls. Really lowering that damage now. And hopefully finishing him off.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, we have one torch left. So that gives us room for the gem. And she has been taking a few nasty hits, and she's the only member of this class that we have. Let's get her protected. Do we have any? We do, but it's a long way to walk all the way down there and back again with limited torchlight. Especially if we want a scouting check from that chamber there. So let's just press on this way and hope to soon reach the end of our quest after a mighty battle. Speaking of which, there should be a curio coming up. Okay. The Alchemist's Workshop. Let the occultist study it and apply some medicinal herbs to cleanse the taint to correct the experiment.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
And since we have not found anything that uses holy water yet, despite being in the ruins, I might just... Yeah, let's all use that, because it gives us space to carry treasure on the way back. Oh, that's a lot of stress. Alright. I think they've got a little too much health for tentacles. So let's get crazy. Flippin' heck. I swear the stun chances aren't actually that high. Here we go. And she's very afraid.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
Quite understandably so, to be honest. Oh, she is just shy of finishing off a second foe. How unfortunate. It's tentacle time. The tentacles survive. Nah, worse luck. Uh-oh. Should have possibly gone for a kill there, but we do have tentacle time, and T is for tentacles.
Destroyed.
Oh, Rashida, you can't get them both now. Damn it! But this acolyte will not be acting again. Ooh, nice.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
You know what? We're going to be done here after this room anyway. So we can pick those up after all. And did we get that scouting roll? We did! I'm going down this way, but bear in mind that we've eaten all the food. Well, Kelder, you like to rummage through these things. What do we find?
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
We find a second emerald, and it was well worth staying for. Now it is time for us to depart back to the hamlet.
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
Where hopefully everything's turned out nicely for us and nothing bad has occurred while we were away. I would say taken place, but that sounds more lispy. We have quirks. We have levels for almost everyone. Rashida, you're just going to have to go on a higher level quest. Fading is bad. Winded is also bad. At least you got something positive.
A troubling shortage of ale and a notable absence of good humor.
Ironically, those most vocal concerning the current dearth of spirits and mead are the same patrons whose unrestrained exuberance the night before exhausted the supply. Well, that'll teach them, won't it? Maybe they'll learn something. So, Saren has prayed, Stamford is no longer faithless, Marius no longer believes he's possessed by demons, Rosnav has returned from his quest. Many have thirsted for blood, but only 2 have succumbed to their unnatural lusts. Let us place some people in treatment because there are many diseases. There are 2 diseases. No, there are 2 with diseases. Ennui is just tragic. And the Red Plague... Look, a plague is highly contagious, so it's not as important as vertigo. And maybe we'll fix both of them anyway. I may be able to put someone in here, but I'll wait until I know who I'm sending off on the next quest. Probably going into the Crimson Courtyard next week, trying to track down the Viscount. In which case, we're probably going to need a lot of money, because those tend to be a bit of a money loss those weeks. Alright, well, there we have it. I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!